actually, I'll take these off the list. Uh, oh no, I must have already taken them off the list somehow. Right, cool. So, Henry Shintago. Dragon Nunchucks. No, those are the last two things we need in the Colosseum. So we just need now 400, 500, 600 points. 600 points, and then we can wrap that, and then that's the end of the Colosseum, and then it's back to the gambling hall to play more Chilo, to get, or Chihan, Chohan, blah, 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 blah. Win ourselves a fortune, buy an antique katana, buy another thing that I can't remember how much it costs. I only need, I think, 12,000 points for that, so it's not too bad. We can easily win that in a couple of good games of Chohan. Then it's just a case that we need ludicrous amounts of money to buy the last few things from the pawn shop, but I think by the end of this we'll have got enough weapons that we can sell for a decent price in order to do that, and then we're done. Unless I run the stream stupidly late and sacrifice my... Well, I could always sacrifice sleep and just run the stream stupid late and get this game finished, but I might just leave the finishing until Tuesday. Take my time with it. That was dumb. No, you don't. Okay, kick followed by grab. No. There we go. Right, so... Anyone got a calculator handy? That 39. No, hold on. What is it? 600,000 divided by 39 will give us the number of fights I will have to do to get enough points to, well, a rough idea of how many matches I'll have to do to get enough points for us to actually wrap up this part of the completion list. There we go. That burnt a lot of health. Ooh, that's not a nice number of points. Okay. So if we be conservative with it and say what? 35,000 every match. So 600,000 divided by 35 equals 17 fights we have to do. Right, I need a piece of right, that can cycling. Where's my pencil? Let's say 37. Whoa, that a liter jug. Where? Why? Who? What? Now? Unless you mean my tankard. in which case it's a pint. So maybe? I don't know. Right. Did I say 37? Or was it 17? Like 17. I'm doing math. Yakuza has forced me to do math. I'll say 18. 18 fights probably gives us a rounded out. Right. And I'll say I've done one match because, well, that was the first one, so yeah. Enter tournament. Bit more than half. Nice mug. Thank you. Lead crystal. I think it's lead crystal. It's a crystal tankard either way. But yeah, it would inherited from my grandfather. I do like drinking out of a tankard. It's nice. Right. Not as fancy as my whiskey glass, though. There we go. Oh, I've just realised. I don't have a lot of health. Oh, this was a mistake. Right. Now I've got more health. This is not so much a mistake. I dread to think how much of the YouTube archive is literally just videos of me playing in the Coliseum in this game. Oh, final match against Notcha Libre, really? Okay, fine. Ow. Oh, I missed a chance of actually finishing there. That's annoying. Bang. There we go. I might go through the archives just out of curiosity, but we've got to have cleared like 10 hours of just this. I know. This has become what Yakuza. This has become what the climax battles in Yakuza 0 became. Me just hammering away. The only problem is that I can't just set a time limit to this one because I didn't realise I'd need to grind every weapon in the Coliseum to get the completion point. I suppose that's what fooled me with Yakuza 0 is that a lot of the grinding for that was the Dragon and Tiger stuff that I'd had to do anyway. Also, I was willing to do the get every weapon on the secondary completion list in that game on the principle of, well, it was feasible. I didn't have to learn how to become a world champion at Mahjong. Here, it is not as feasible. I mean, with infinite time and patience, I could get myself to the top of the Mahjong rankings and become the ultimate warrior of Mahjong, the king of games, the Yu-Gi-Oh! But instead, no, life is too short. And I've wasted enough of it in this stupid Coliseum. I'm not going to waste it playing Mahjong. As much as I enjoy it. Right. There we go. 1.8 mil total points. What's the average point you get per match, do you think? the majority, a lot of those points will have probably, it's usually about 30 to 30, well, we've got 50,000 points on one occasion. I'd say the average is usually about 39. You get much less at the lower grades, but in fairness, the ones we've played the most of on this one have been this one, this final fight, because this is where I've been grinding most of the points. I mean, I've just worked out to get 600,000 points takes 18 matches, so... And that's not counting the losses. Please tell me I'm not going to lose to this dingus. Thank goodness for that. Where are we up to? 102. Yeah, okay, we're gonna need about 3 more matches. 4 more matches, unless we get a really good score to get to... Unless we get a really good score to get to the 200 point mark, and then after that it's the final push to 400 points. Or, unless we do the 400 now, and then we don't have to do quite as much. Actually, why don't I just do the 400? Yeah, no, I'll push through to the 400, and then we've only got the 200 to get through. Because that 400 is going to be painful. I think my math's wrong, but we've been sat here for entire streams. Yes, and my stream's usually about 2 hours, 3 hours long. So yeah, I've 20 hours maybe. Colosseum has just been a massive, massive time sink, and it's all just this one round. It's just this single match, because the game requires me, if I want the completion point, the game requires me to get every weapon in the Colosseum, which come to 400, 500 plus a bloody... That's not counting the time spent in the casino, or in the gambling hall, or even, I mean, Oatmeal My Life took an entire stream, nearly an entire stream, to get the 900 points needed. Even then, that was 33,000. Couldn't done it. Right. No, what if it takes on an average of 4 to 5 matches to get 100 points? Yeah. I'm gonna be here for a while longer. There we go. There we go. That would put it closer to 90 matches then. Good, isn't it? So yeah, we've played as much of we've done as much of the Colosseum as we would need to do in the shogi to get the ultimate weapon from that. But they've still got me. Take your pick. Play the Colosseum. Actually, no. I'm doing the Colosseum better because I get more out. I get more things towards the completion list than I would with the shogi. At least in terms of weapons and gear. Okay, that's not what I intended. Sure. You honestly might suffer less just grinding challenge mode matches off stream. Yeah, pretty much. But the thing is that we're at the end of the game, so it would be a case that I don't have much time off stream anyway, so it's either I put a pause on Yakuza for the time being until I've ground out all of this and then we do one last stream, or I just keep grinding on stream. I'm just going to keep grinding on stream, to be honest. You can all watch me suffer, it's fine. Right. Trade points. Where are we up to? Of course. Right, okay. What was that? Number 4. I mean, the amount of hours I put into Yakuza 0 off stream was unreal. Entire afternoons of me doing other things, going backwards and forwards with Dragon and Tiger, grinding for components and stuff. I just got lucky with the Mahjong, basically, in the end with this. Otherwise, that would have been an offline thing. But considering I'm doing my Masters at the same time, my time to game outside of streaming is quite limited. Also, I had the lockdown with a lot of Yakuza 0, which meant that I was able to... I was able to crack on when I wasn't actually at training. There we go. There we go. Go and done. There we go. Easy to take him down when he's in his heat mode, really. Go. That's 5. Oh, I didn't pay attention to how many points I got there. Doesn't matter. Oi, right, okay. All I can take solace in is that we're in the home straight now. Well, we're in the last couple of miles of the marathon at any rate. This is the hardest part. Getting these 400 points for this dagger. After that, it's 200 points, which is a much smaller challenge. Half a challenge. Not what I intended, but okay, sure. Boom. Bang. Breath of the Wild. Our run of Breath of the Wild is actually going to be so much easier in some instances because I take my Switch with me to work and play it on my lunch breaks. I could, in theory, grind a lot of the collectibles in Breath of the Wild offline, which would probably help in terms of keeping the flow going, since the last thing people want to see is probably me wandering around a field going, ooh, is this an apple? Yes, that's an apple. I will get photo of apple. This is a different apple. Let's take photo of apple. Yes, I like apples. This is tree. Tree is taking picture of. Huzzah, go me. I mean, unless everyone wants to see me finding all 900 Korok seeds live on channel, live on the stream. There we go. I mean, it'll just be the equivalent of me doing this. Actually, it'll be like when we were playing Ghost of Tsushima. I really need to finish. Well, no, I finished it. We completed it. It was fully completed, but they've done the DLC now, and I've yet to play it. Right, that was number 6, wasn't it? I dread to look, but where are we up to with this? 240. Okay. Okay. How good do you think completion of Breath of the Wild is going to be with this as a benchmark? Well, it will be less. It won't be too bad because it will be less grindy. I'll have to do a lot of running around and busy work, but it'll be less grindy. I'll actually be doing different things and exploring the world rather than just playing the same matches over and over again, apart from maybe the Master Trials, which I'm going to be honest, I am really not looking forward to. I hate that sort of thing where you lose all your gear and you have to start from the beginning and do it all over again. It's just, I have worked hard for my equipment. Don't take it off me. I mean, Skyward Sword stuff wasn't too bad. But the trials were big puzzles in themselves. I didn't need my weapons, I didn't need my gear. But to basically say, here's all your stuff, now figure it out for yourself with what's lying around. I can understand where it's coming from as a challenge, but it's just something I'm not a big fan of. And I'm doing it on Master Mode as well, which is probably going to cause me to cry. The only thing I can hope is that in the Master Trials I can keep the assistance of my fellow champions, which might make things a bit easier, especially Mythos. Mythos is a godsend. It saved me so many times when I first played Breath of the Wild. But we'll see. It'll be a question, that'll be very much a question for me when I'm actually playing Breath of the Wild. Next. Oh, that was it. Cool. That went quicker than I thought. Blimey, I'm losing track of where I am now. I've done this so many times that I thought that was my first match. Oh. Right. Okay. Couple of extra points there, that's nice. Hello! Biafra Republic, with the raid as well. Welcome raiders, welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, welcome to the Vortex. My name is Ezio. I will be your guide this evening as we journey into the world of Yakuza Kiwami, and by world I mean fighting in this cage over and over and over again. We've beaten up this old man about 12 times. No, 1,200 times so far this stream. Oh, wow. Kanban lap. Well, let's see if I can do this before the match loads. There we go. And you get a shout out. You get a shout out. Ah, Mario Maker 2. Been a while since I've played that. I played some of the completionists levels, and then I concluded never to play those levels again because they broke my brain. Up to my Switch Saturday lineup. Awesome. I've never thought of having a Switch Saturday lineup. Once upon a time, I did have 2 games running consecutively, and I found that I just favoured one game over the other because I'm just better when I focus on one game at a time. Hence why I came up with the journey format of you're journeying through this world, then we're journeying through that world. And that's just the way, that's part of my whole streaming philosophy. Because I've come up with a streaming philosophy because I'm weird like that. Right, let's do this again. Oh well, another reason why I'm doing this live is because I have chat. And chat is here keeping me sane. And most importantly, not bored witless. Because at least I have people to talk to and ask questions and generally stop me from just falling into a coma from doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's mine move, Kameki. There we go. With Ezio being part of your name, I'm going to assume you're a fan of Assassin's Creed, right? Aye, well, mainly the Ezio trilogy, but mainly the early ones, to be honest. I've not really cared for the series after, with the whole soft reboot with Odyssey and the like. But Assassin's Creed 2 is one of my favourite games of all time. I absolutely fell in love with that game and Ezio, and it's just, that was technically the first game that I ever tried to complete. Actually, no, was it? One of them? No, it might have been. I can't remember whether I played that before Portal 2. Portal 2 is a game I've completed, at least the single-player side of it. I have played Assassin's Creed 2 so many times. I was quite upset when I tried to get it working on my PC, and it decided it didn't want it. It was a buggy, janky mess. But it's okay because I've now got the Ezio Remastered Trilogy on PS4. So one of these days we will do an Assassin's Creed franchise. We'll do an Ezio Trilogy franchise one. Or at least an Ezio Trilogy run. There we go. I played 1, played 2, Brotherhood and Revelations, 3, 4. 4 to this day I still argue is an Assassin's Creed game. It's a pirate game that they just crammed the Assassin's Creed logo onto rather than making a new IP just to appeal to the fans. I played Unity, which was, yeah, a janky mess, which started to really kill it for me. Then I played Syndicate, which was good, but by that point I was burnt out on the franchise, so I sort of petered out partway through. Then they released they took the break and released Origins, which I never got round to. Then they released Odyssey, which just completely put me off the idea of those games when I found out what a grindy mess it is. Then there was Valhalla, which is just more of the same of the other two, and then all the palaver with the politics around it, and it's just, especially after what a lot of happening at Ubisoft came to light, and it's just, yeah, I'm not boycotting Ubisoft, but at the same time, if there's other games I can play, and also they've all become the same thing. Open world, climb tower, get things on map. Go explore things on map, climb another tower, get more things around map, and it's just, I could do that, or I could play something like Yakuza, which actually does something different. I actually enjoyed Odyssey. Been trying to 100%, but they gated full platinum behind paid DLC. There you go. I don't even consider Odyssey and onwards to be Assassin's Creed games. They're just way too dissimilar. That's it. It's sort of lost track of where it's come from. So yeah, just as far as I'm concerned, the Ezio trilogy are Assassin's Creed. You've got Assassin's Creed 1 is the prequel, and then there's the Ezio trilogy, and then the end. You could argue that with Assassin's Creed 3, but Assassin's Creed 3 was a massive disappointment to me, because after all the awesome stuff that its predecessors did, Assassin's Creed 3 basically drummed down to, "Where is Charles Lee?" And it's on a really naff note, to be honest. The Assassin's Creed games have never been big on my radar. Well, it's each to their own, isn't it? There are plenty of games that are massive on my radar. I mean, Dark Souls is one of those things that everyone and their mother seems to have played and everyone should play, but it's just a game that's never really screamed to me. There's a number of classic JRPGs that I've never played as well. But one of the things I decided when I elected to start streaming was I wanted to try and open my horizons a bit more. Final Fantasy. I've played Final Fantasy VII Remake. The first Final Fantasy first Final Fantasy game I actually played was Final Fantasy 13. I got stuck on a boss fight with a Bulbasaur for 2 days straight. It kind of soured the whole experience for me. I played Final Fantasy VII Remake. I did a stream of it on the channel. It's all in the YouTube archive, but I want to go back and redo the Final Fantasy VII playthrough because, well, as fun as it was, I don't know, there's some... I think I could have done better with it. There we go. I think I tried to do too much. Also, because I had to get full unlock of everything, you had to do hard mode, and it's just... Yeah, I think I fell too far into my whole completionist mentality on that one. I think 100%ing it would have been the smarter idea. Yeah, I think that's what... There are 2 games on my list for replay that go against my one playthrough rule. Final Fantasy VII Remake, because I've got the PS5 version, and they've added a bunch of stuff to it. And Metroid... Not Metroid. I've been playing too much Metroid recently. Metro Exodus, which the start of that run was before I had a face. That was one that I did before I had a face cam. I have my green screen. So there's that, and also the first part of it, the game screwed up and it all went weird. So yeah, I think I'd want to replay that one. Also, it would add credence to my belief that shrimp are evil, considering that's where that comes from. Remember those shrimp? I remember that church. I remember dying to those little blighters over and over and over again. And I really, really hated them. I was never into JRPGs, but now that I've gotten through Yakuza Like a Dragon, I might broaden my horizons. The closest I ever got really into JRPGs, I don't know. RPGs I've always gone more towards, of various degrees. But I grew up, the first game I ever played was Pokemon Red, and that was pretty much it. I've played a lot of Pokemon, and then I moved into Mario and a couple of Zeldas here and there, so yeah. Oh yeah, I keep meaning to play Nier Automata on the channel as well. And I will one day. Soon, TM. It's on the long list of games that I want to play. Wait, this... Oh, damn. There we go.